Hey guys, it's Emerald. Welcome back for another video. Today it's Halloween, which means it's also Samhain. I really hope you guys are having a really good day, and I am going to be doing a video today about the story of Halloween and Samhain and how they're related and connected, and the origin of the jack-o'-lantern. So why we carve pumpkins today, where did it start from, and modern traditions with all of the religions thrown in, like the Celts and the Romans, and all the stuff to do with how it became the holiday that we all love today. So guys, sit back, relax, enjoy my nature aesthetics as I tried to do, with also pumpkin carving thrown in and my attempted ASMR with my pumpkin seeds, which you will understand later on in the video. So, Samhain comes from the Irish meaning the last day of summer and the first day of winter. It's like New Year's Eve, but for like pagans and witches, Celts and Romans. It's the end of the harvest, and the Celts also celebrated it, and so did the Romans. The festival honoured the goddess Pomona, who was the goddess of fruits that grow on trees, especially apples. So that's why apples are featured in a lot of Halloween games, so like eating toffee apples and going apple bobbing. The Romans and Celts were roaming the British Isles, and the Pope that was in charge, Pope Boniface, and yes, that is his actual name, didn't like the idea, so he changed November the 1st to All Saints' Day. He used to dress up as a skeleton, so that brought up the idea of dressing up. The other name for a saint is a hallow, so then the day was changed to All Hallows' Day, therefore making October the 31st All Hallows' Eve, which then obviously got contracted into Halloween, which we all know today. Samhain was thought to be the time when the veil to our world and their world was thinned to allow spirits to come into our domain. These spirits are called Ishi and are mischievous and dangerous. They are said to be the leftovers of ancient gods that people didn't believe in anymore, so people used to leave out food and drink for the spirits to put them in a good mood. This also had a dark side, as the Celts believed that it was a chance for the souls of the dead to return home. People used to leave their fires on and places at the table for their ancestors to come for when they returned from the dead, and then they went back, so they would have a meal kind of. Here I am trying to attempt to carve a pumpkin and not knowing how to use this knife because we forgot to buy a pumpkin carving kit. So yeah, lucky us. But it did turn out good in the end, luckily. And my dad came and helped because he is a master at pumpkin carving. Anyway, so they also lit candles and said prayers about their lost ones. The actual ceremony had games like apple bobbing, which is actually a form of divination, lighting special bonfires, making pentacles out of willow, carving pumpkins, and doing rituals. People used to dress up in silly clothes and scary masks to protect themselves from the Ishi, so they would think you were one of them and not recognise you if you weren't very nice to them when they were alive, and they wanted revenge on you. This was called guising. People would knock on doors to find things to give to the Ishi. This is probably the origin of trick-or-treating. When the British Empire was ruling over some American states, Halloween could really flourish then. People had parties where they would celebrate the harvest, when they told stories of the dead and tried to predict the future. The Americans wanted to make it less scary so it could be a community event, so they took out all the religious aspects and it evolved into a consumerist secular holiday. And now Americans spend more than $6 billion a year on Halloween. And now let's talk about the story of why we carve pumpkins today. So it all started with a guy called Steve Jack, who was a greedy farmer who stole money from the devil. He wanted to have a drink with the devil, so he invited the devil round. The devil had a drink and they had a lot of fun, and then the devil wanted another drink. so he didn't have any money to pay him, so he turned himself into silver coins, and Jack put the coins in his pocket next to a silver cross. So this meant that the devil couldn't escape or do anything. So the devil had to agree that Jack would leave him alone for a year. So that's what he did. So when the year went by, Stingy Jack tricked the devil into climbing up a tree. The devil was trapped, but he took his revenge when Jack died. The devil cursed Jack's spirit to walk the earth at night with only a burning coal to light his way. And he put the coal inside of a turnip. And because turnips aren't native, we use pumpkins instead, and we can carve them that way into faces that look like Stingy Jack. And if you put it in your window, it's thought to ward off Stingy Jack when he walks the night on Halloween night. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know the last 2 minutes was kind of weird because I was playing with pumpkin seeds, but it's kind of got a bit dark now for me to do any garden aesthetics, and I couldn't really be bothered. I've been busy because after I stopped filming, like I got my hands like loads of like pumpkin guts on them, and then it was time for dinner, and then I've just been putting stuff in my window for the trick-or-treaters. So yeah, I really hope you guys have a really good Halloween, and if you're doing Samhain, I really hope that goes well as well, and I really hope that if you're aiming to talk to some spirits and stuff, then it works well for you. See, I'm crazy. I'm playing with pumpkin seeds right now. Like, what has my life come to? But yeah, these are clean, by the way, guys. I washed them. Who washes pumpkin seeds? You can eat them as well. I was eating them in the video, so that's why there were pauses of like nothing in the bowl. That was me eating them. But I put a load in my mouth and had to spit it out in the toilet. But yeah, guys, that's all. I really hope if you're going trick-or-treating, you have a really good time. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye!